I know we talk about a lot of CrossFit on this channel, but all I can think about is bearing down.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
It's lunchtime. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunch with the Clydesdale. My name is Scott. That's the cowboy. We're here live, coming at you on a very brisk and cold northeastern morning here in the States. Mr. Louisiana boy down there complaining about the 30s.
Hey, bro, everything's relative. It's just like intensity. You understand? It went from 36 to it's now 65 outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Going from my upstairs to my basement for this podcast, it dropped 20 degrees. So, yeah.
I found it, Scott. I'm sending it to you.
All right. So I've said in the open, all I can think about is the Bears game this weekend. I was trash talking with my wife, who's a Steelers fan, this morning, and I said to her, the Steelers last won a playoff game in 2016. You know when the last time the Bears won a playoff game? Last week.
Last week, baby.
Last week. Lito says, do gyms have heating where you guys live? Where I live, they do have heat, but gym owners are very reluctant to turn it on until it's really, really cold. And I'm kind of with it. Like, I don't like the furnace heat trying to breathe in when I'm working out.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just dusty. It's, and it's usually in a big warehouse. So it's just,
it's not good.
But like on a day like today, it will be turned on, but it will not be set very high. Like a typical house here is like 70 to 72 is where it's set kind of during the day. Our gym is like 60 to 62.
I think the thermostat at my house is set to 67, 65, somewhere up in that area. Just because during the daytime, dude, like we get no sunshine, my house warms up all on its own. I don't really need it during the wintertime, unless it, like I told you earlier, like if it gets that one time where it's cold for like 5 days.
Jody said yes, but gym owners are cheap. Andrew Sten, our heat in the gym is super low, just enough so your hands don't stick to the barbells. And then Lito comes back with same here, but it's never on and it's below 0 Celsius. I'm not thriving. Sean says mine doesn't. Rough when it's 30 degrees at 6 a.m. Well, when you live down in the bone temps, 30 degrees is a little cold there, Scott. Corey, probably. I totally massacred the Cajun language.
You did, but that's all right. It's bon ton, FYI. You don't pronounce it. Yeah, it's cool.
David Reed, we have heat because Ohio. Again, we have heat. But at Polaris, they did not put it on very much. My former gym Shred, like it had to be really damn cold for them to turn it on. But Shred was much larger, and I can imagine the heating bill in that place, even at a low temperature, was pretty rough.
I will say this: what we do have is those stand up, looks like a lamppost, like a lamp. But it's a heater. It's a propane heater. Yep. We do have one of those in the gym, and it will heat up one side because we have two different. We have the weightlifting side. We have like the regular gym class side. And when, like last year, when it snowed and it was actually cold for a week or so, we had that thing lit up on the other side just to kind of just to get the same thing, to be able to grab a barbell without going, oh my God, like type deal. So yeah.
Shanna says, I bring hand heaters to my gym in Oregon. Yeah, I can see Shanna in the gym training, and she has the little muff pouch like the NFL quarterbacks do. It just kind of keeps her hands warm until she has to go hit the barbell or the rig. With like, I think Tom Brady said he put like 10 or 12 hand warmers in that little muff pouch just to kind of throw in there, get them nice and toasty.
Gotta keep them flexible at that point. I did see Lito's story. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I mean, she was, I don't want to say complaining, but she was making a point to say that when it's that cold, like it's hard to get yourself motivated to train in the way that like somebody like her or somebody like me or somebody like, high level type, because you got a lot of stuff to do and it's cold. And if you're not doing stuff, whatever your pieces are back to back, and you got a little break in between where you kind of cool off a little bit, it is miserable to get back started. It's not fun.
So I want to share this because I am all about the Bears this weekend, right? And they're playing the Los Angeles Rams this weekend in Chicago. Right?
Yeah.
So this was posted today, welcoming not today. It was actually posted yesterday. Welcoming the Rams to Chicago on Instagram. So wanted to show this. So let me get so you can hear the wind. That's why you fight for home field advantage.
Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
The wind whipping off the lake is going to be brutal this weekend. Brutal. To throw a football in that is going to be insanity.
To do anything, just trying to hold on to it, dude. Like, because everybody's gonna have gloves at that point, right? But like, how many gloves do you have to try to keep your hands somewhat warm? Like being on the sidelines, I'd rather be on the field. Like, can I play both ways today? Because I don't want to stop moving while I'm out here.
Bart Scott on Get Up this morning said that the people that have the most trouble in the cold are the people who have junior whopper hands. The hands only big enough to get around a junior whopper, right?
That's me. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine trying to throw?
My Hubs is an LA Rams fan, going to be tense. And you're from Chicago, right, Jody?
I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah. David Reed Scott, CrossFit 184 is a large gym. They do an amazing job with the facility. Yeah, I wasn't dogging like Shred CrossFit for they do an amazing job with the upkeep of the facility. They just weren't big fans of turning on the heat. That's all. Train Olive, 57 in Florida, and I'm freezing. Yeah. I lived in Florida for 4 years. It did not take long for my blood to thin. It didn't. Like year 1, I was swimming in the Gulf in January. Year 2, I wouldn't even dip my toe.
Yeah, 100%. No, this water's kind of cold. I'm not getting in there.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun with all the weather this weekend. I'm sure we'll toughen up and get through it all. But yeah.
The good news is that it doesn't last forever.
It doesn't. But one last thing on the Bears. They do play Sunday night. That is a conflict with our Sunday night CrossFit show. And I'm sorry, I am not doing a show during the Bears game. This does not happen very often in my life. So I am going to be watching the game. My guess is we'll probably do a show Monday night. I think that's where we're leaning. I've got to really talk to Carolyn and Jamie. I've kind of been avoiding that because I had an all-day meeting yesterday that ended at 3:45 last night. 8:30 a.m. to 3:45.
There's nothing that's a seminar. That's not a meeting.
Well, how do you expect people to be attentive 6 hours into a meeting and actually be productive? It's just dumb.
I'm pretty focused when I do stuff, and like you got about 45 minutes before I need to take a break and do something completely different. Like I'll get up, go walk outside. Like I just can't, dude. Like I've had phone conversations with people going over all of their coverages, and it lasts an hour and a half because they're just so far off into the weeds, asking the most ridiculous questions, and I'm just sitting there biting my tongue and just kind of, yeah, okay, and just continue answering the same question, ask 6 different ways. And I just can't fathom having my wife's had meetings like that start in the morning, and she's like, no, we're going to be in a meeting until 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. And I was like, how? There's no way.
Like I've had all staffs where we have like icebreakers and get in, brainstorming sessions and you kind of bounce around a little bit. That's fine. Like I get that. This was a detailed meeting about a new system and all the details that had to be sent back and forth between 2 different systems.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Scott, we understand. It's great, though, that you have fallen into this daily lunchtime routine. Your show marks the end of my YouTube day. I love it. Cool. And we're so happy to have you. Yeah, I need this lunch show now. Like, I need this as the break in my day to get away from everything work. So, yeah. So I want to dive into a little bit of announcements that came in the last 24 hours, and that is, the first one is that WFP has announced their payouts for the 2026 season. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. So here are the tour stop payouts 1st through 30th. Now remember, they're bringing 50 athletes to the game, and so they pay out 30 of the 50. So basically, you have to finish in the top 3/5, and you'll get some cash to at least offset your expenses.
Right.
But these upper payouts are actually pretty damn good.
It's pretty decent. Yep.
35 grand to win, 30, then 20, 15, 12, 10. So top 6, you're making 10 grand. And even like, what you make in the open or the semifinal, the 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5 are pretty good too. So you finish top 15, you're getting about the same payout as most semifinal events. So I was
not
talking
a bad payday.
What's that?
Said not a bad payday.
No. So I was talking to Carolyn yesterday. If I'm Carolyn Prevost, I try to get to Mexico City. Because if you look at the schedule, which is complete insanity, the week before Tour Stop 1, you have Del Mar, and the Crash Crescendo, which it probably wouldn't affect it much. The same weekend as Tour Stop 1, you have Copa Sur, and you have the Far East Throwdown. The week after, you have the age group online semis and the French Throwdown. So you have a major European competition, you have a major US competition, you have the Far East Throwdown, you have the major Latin American semifinal. You're probably taking a bunch of your competition out of the mix. If you just want to go make a payday and you're a games athlete like Carolyn Prevost, and we saw who they ended up getting into the finals in Copenhagen, were not at the level of a Carolyn Prevost.
No.
Go strike when the iron's hot and make a payday, and then go on with the rest of your season. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. I agree. I mean, I don't know if it was strategic in that way. I don't feel like it was. I feel like they just kind of picked a date at random, trying to space it out evenly or whatnot. But with all the other stuff that's happening, so many things falling off, like you said, like people are just going to be out. You can't. There's only so many times you can compete in a row, or in a month even, and be able to maintain that level of intensity. Just maybe your body can, but from a mental standpoint. Like, it's just, you can't just keep putting out and keep putting out and keep putting out. So yeah, dude, go make some money. And like, that's, like you said, that's decent money to just roll over there. Even if you're, you know, you don't have sponsors paying for your travel or something along those lines where you can just pocket the money. If nothing else, you get some more competition experience against high level athletes. And if you finish, you know, somewhere inside that top 20, at least you got your travel and your accommodations paid for at that point.
Yeah. Top 20, top 15, you're $5,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty sweet. $5,000 or up. And depending on the workouts, I mean, someone like Carolyn could compete pretty well.
Hell
and
yeah.
who decides to go and who decides not to go. And I'm just using her as an example. It could be anybody in that range, because she finished between 20 and 30 at the games, made $0 at the games.
Yeah.
Like, so, and there are 10 other people that were at the games that finished in that 20 to 30 range. That's a huge payday for them. If they can get their qualification for the game season or the games at a different time in the year, go make some cash.
I would be curious to know what the payout's going to look like after taxes are taken out, and especially with them competing in Mexico City, like how much the Mexican government's going to want to take out of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know any of that.
Well, because they were asking about, yeah, they were asking about the payouts after Copenhagen last year, and talking about how much that government had took out of them and whatnot, and it was significant. It was significant, and then by the time you get that taxes taken out, and then regular income taxes taken out from here, right, on winnings, whatever that looks like it's fairly substantial amount. And I understand that's part of the deal, right? I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just curious to know what it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's still like an interest. If you don't make any money during the season and you have a legit shot to make some, I mean,
yeah. Oh no, 100%.
Right?
I'm not. No. I'm just curious of what it looks like after it's done. That's just where my head goes. I do the same thing whenever the Powerball comes up, and it's like, how much money would you actually get from it by the time it's all said and done, if you were lucky enough to win?
Lido asks, have they announced the pro cards for next season yet? Well, the top 20 finishers at Copenhagen got the pro cards. So it's not like an announcement. It is what it is. Now, whether all 20 accept the pro card, we don't know. But those are the 20 that got the pro card.
Yeah.
Are they paying in pesos? I have no idea. $1 equals 17.67 Mexican pesos.
Wow.
Mark Phillips, I hope CrossFit HQ isn't too proud to take some of the good things WFP implements and incorporate them to improve their own product. That really holds a lot of, historically, other events that compete against sports in other sports, right? Like the USFL to the NFL or whatever, XFL to the NFL. XFL was so innovative that the NFL adopted like a bunch of their rules. And so I hope the CrossFit does the same thing, right?
And some of their technology, like the whole reason the cameras that are above the field, that was directly from the XFL, the ones that are on the cables and whatnot. They looked at what they were doing.
Instant replay.
They looked at what they were doing and said, holy smokes, that's cool. Let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Ortega says Mexican holds 15 to 25% from 1,000 to 1,000,000. That's a decent chunk.
That is significant. And then I am certain that the IRS is not going to let that slide or let that be it. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. Yeah. My nephew worked 6 months in Toronto for a company here in Columbus, and the taxes he had to pay to Canada and then again to the US when he got here made it almost like not worth going up there for that job.
Yeah.
Joseph says that's a sick sweater, Scott. It is. It's a nice Penn State hockey jersey. One of my favorite pieces of clothing. And it's warm. It's warm in this basement when I'm dropping 20 degrees. So there
From upstairs to downstairs.
Yeah. Also, the altitude at the first stop is over 5,000 feet. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit yesterday. That's a whole different animal in training, and the cardio is going to be very, very hard. You wonder, like, I heard Dallin talking about training in altitude in Utah and like, would that help? And he was basically saying like, it's half of Colorado. Like, so it's not really the significant impact that like a Denver or a Mexico City is. And so I've never been, I mean, the Appalachian Mountains are not tall enough to give me altitude issues where I grew up. So I don't know if it would. I don't know what. And Jonathan says, yeah, I'd look out for altitude sickness. And
Denver is
the 68 Olympics there in Mexico City. 68 or 70, no, 72 is Munich. 68 was Mexico City. I think that people had to get acclimated. It was a thing that they had to work on. And that's another deterrent for the top athletes. Do you want to, because like when an NFL team goes and plays in Denver and their record the week after is very low, because going into that altitude, playing in the altitude, and then recovering from it is very hard.
It's a whole thing.
Right. So do you want to go to Mexico City and then have to try to recover from that and bounce back for a semifinal here in the States?
Denver is 5,280 feet. Let's see.
That's why it's called Mile High.
That is. Let's see. Utah's average elevation is around 6,100 feet above sea level.
Yeah, but I guess where Dallin is, it's about half.
It's probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Is he in Salt Lake?
I really don't know. I wonder when somebody inevitably declines, where are they going to backfill from? Another invite qualifier, next person from Copenhagen? Next person from Copenhagen. I believe they have already announced that. Ortega says, for deployment, we had to get acclimated in Colorado for 4 weeks and train hard in the altitude. Well, and I think that's why the Olympic Training Center is in Colorado, correct? Like they do altitude training. So, because you can then train there and leave it and be okay, but
without being in any way acclimated to it, it's going to affect your performance.
Yeah.
Period.
So, but anyway, nice payouts. Like we dog WFP enough, but those payouts are really substantial and could mean a lot for an athlete trying to support themselves through a season.
And the finals is more. The finals was like I think like $100,000 for first place. It
is, but that's end of season. It's not the final tour stop. It is your final standings at the end of the season. And it starts at $100,000 and 10th place is $15,000.
Which is still a good deal.
Yeah. And they pay out again, top 30, but only 30 qualify for the finals.
Yeah. So if you make it to the finals, you're getting something.
Yeah. That's good money specifically for decent semifinals. It truly is.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on them. The Schmear campaign continues.
It's not a Schmear Friday.
The smear campaign continues.
Yeah. I mean, you can't debate what they're trying to do with the money and trying to support athletes. We've documented enough what we can blame them for.
Correct.
In the previous days this week.
Yeah. And again, not to beat a dead horse, but they're trying. I think they have the best of intentions. I just think that sometimes their execution is not up to what their intentions are.
I would argue that their self-assessment is a little bit blinded.
I would agree with that assessment. Anyway, moving along.
So what else do we got today? So I have this. So let's go to this first. Did you see the Sara Sigmundstadter video this week?
Oh no, I didn't know there was a Sara Sigmundstadter video this week.
So she's talking about how she had some stuff done. It didn't work as well as planned with some stem cells. And she's now coming to the States. The whole video is about, do I go to the States or do I go back to Dubai? And there's this like rehab guy in Arizona that's working with someone who has a similar injury to what she has. And he's seen great results. And so it's basically her coming to Arizona and going through an assessment with this guy. And he telling her, these are the things you need to do to make this work better for you. And all that's fine. And I actually found the video not great content for Sara. And that's odd for her because I am a huge Sara fan.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like I'm kind of over the comebacks. Like it's been a lot. And I think she's got a new coach again. And so I'm just over all of that. So I'm watching CJ and Claire this morning. And CJ's like, I think she's becoming too Bethany. And I was like, wait, whoa. Too Bethany. Like those are two of my favorite athletes.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Bethany like is more delusional about her back injury than Sara is about her knee injury. And at least Sara knows what her body, that she's willing to just go for it and just see if her body holds up. I would say the opposite. I think it's smarter for Bethany to know she has a back injury, to work through it and around it. And if she can make it to the event, she performs at such a high level, like blows us all away and surprises us. I just was shocked at his take on that. And I was curious to know what other people thought about the comparison between Sara and Bethany. And I love them both. They're both great human beings. Sara is, again, one of my favorites of all time. It goes back to volunteering. She was amazing in the back with the volunteers and everybody there. Bethany has always been great to this show. She comes on a ton of times. She always says hi at events and does interviews with us. But I'm just curious. Kate McGee says that Sarah's working with Kyle Ruth at TTT. She previously worked with both Max and Perrin there. Correct. But she also worked with Justin Cutler. She was with Cutler until that was her last coach before Kyle.
Yeah.
She's also been with Mayhem. She's also been with people in Europe. She's like,
just name somebody.
Right. She bounces around so much. And then I thought about Bethany, and Bethany's kind of done the same thing. She has bounced from coach to coach to coach. The difference is she's married to a trainer for the LA Lakers. Yeah. And he does a lot with her. And I think that he's truly her main coach. And she sometimes brings in a CrossFit coach to like assist. But I don't know. It was a weird comment. Larry Young needs to fix her conditioning along with that knee. And Jonathan says, can't condition a bad knee, Larry.
It's super hard to train and do conditioning work if you have a bad knee. Like you're limited to a couple of machines, really and truly. Like you don't want to run on a bad knee. That's going to make it worse. You probably don't want to bike on a bad knee. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Probably C2 bike, I would say probably more so than an Echo. And that's really, it depends on what the flexion looks like and what's it feel like whenever you're moving. So yeah, no, it's got a solid point.
Lito says, I think CJ may be referring to Bethany doing red light therapy and things like that CJ thinks are bogus. the way the comment was said, I think it is her mental attitude toward the injury is what his big focus was.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to speak for CJ. I respect him and his opinion.
Absolutely. I would say this, dude, like every time I hear somebody say some stuff like that, I try to put myself in the athlete's shoes, right? And so if I'm Bethany and I know what I am capable of when I am healthy, and I also know that my back is kind of jacked up, so I'm going to avoid the things that I know are going to make it worse. I'm going to focus on the things that I can kind of work around it. And like you said, if that means that I can get to a high level event and then come out and perform somewhat close to what I'm probably actually capable of, then yeah, maybe if that makes me delusional, then okay, call me delusional. That's fine. Sara has been trying to recreate the Sara that we know for the last 10 years, like since 2016, right? And God bless her, but like it's one thing after another, after another, after another. And she just cannot seem to get right. And I don't think, and again, I love Sara as well. Like she just seems like a really sweet person. She's always, I've never heard anybody have a bad interaction with her, right? Having said that though, like, well, maybe I'll move to this person because maybe they can help me. Oh, I'll move to this person because maybe they can help me. I can move to this person. It's almost like you're avoiding the actual issue of what's actually wrong with you instead of doing that. And if she's actually working on like, okay, I'm gonna try this stem cell stuff to get my knee right so that I can maybe stage one more comeback, whatever that ends up looking like, in which God bless her if she's going to try. How old is she now? Because she has been around since like what, 2013, 2014? And it's now 2026.
Yeah.
So
she's like Katrin's age, right?
Yeah. She's got to be 30 plus.
Retired. She, dude, like her glory days were 15, 16 when she podiumed.
Exactly.
And it has been a fight to get back there ever since. She had that injury at Wadapalooza and she has not been the same since.
Yeah.
And love her to death. And if she makes it to a semifinal, I will be tuned in watching her every single time she takes the floor. Because
it'll be entertaining. And it'll be entertaining. And it'll be a story. But with the field is what it is, especially the women's field, this year in particular, with Tia being out of the picture because she's pregnant, it is wide ass open, and there are a handful of women, a large handful of women, that could end up on top of it. And that's a real hard field to try to insert yourself into with the history that she has.
Sara is a US 33. She's an Iceland 34.
Roger.
Just kidding. She is 33. You say wide open field, but Sara's not a top end contender anymore. Like her making the games would be significant. And
that's what I'm getting at.
I think the field is wider at the trying to qualify point of the season. You know, you have like the Miley Wades and the Reese Littlewoods and all these people coming up right there at the beginning of that funnel that she'd have to get past to qualify.
That's what I meant. There's a lot of them. There's a handful that could win, and there's a lot that are just trying to make it and have a good, legitimate shot that haven't been battling this stuff for 10 years and trying to make it back. So it would be an amazing story, and God bless her if she makes it, but man.
Lito says, I watched at the African event, and to be frank, other than the running event, she was decent and really fun to watch, but it was obvious be different in a different field completely. She actually dominated that event, but those two women, there was not enough competition with the other two women and her to give her any middling. So the one bad running event cost her the entire thing.
There weren't enough people to get in the way of the other folks for her to be able to be strong as she is, as strong at the stuff that she's strong at, enough to overcome the run. She needed a lot of help.
Where Bethany, every time she makes it to semis, she qualifies for the games. She just has to get her body there. Her problem is getting there.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's enough about that. It's a very narrative video. Like she sits on a bike talking most of the video. And then there's a small portion where they show the assessment that gets done with this rehab guy. And that part was really interesting.
One of my best friends did stem cells last year in his shoulder, and he just got something in his knee, and heard nothing but great things about it. He is progressing along nicely, but it is a long process, way longer than either he or I thought it was going to be. So kudos for her to like getting it fixed and whatnot. But the odds of her getting it fixed, being 33 and still trying to like make this comeback and make it back to the games and whatnot, the longer it gets drawn out, the less opportunity she's going to have, unless she's going to wait 2 years and try to go as a master.
Yeah. If people don't remember, like Bethany broke her back in gymnastics as a teenager.
Yeah.
Like what she's gone through is not easy. So applaud her. And every time she shows up at an event, she just kicks ass. It is crazy.
It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay. So Lito says Lucy Campbell and Gabby both at Mayhem though. Can't wait. So I pulled up the confirmed attendees at Mayhem. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. This was not on what I was going to do, but it's a great thing to show. So here are the confirmed athletes. We have Lucy Campbell, Roman, Gabby, Austin, Jason Hopper, Emily Rolfe, and Colton Mertens.
Hell yeah.
So that's a pretty good lineup already at Mayhem.
I like it, dude. I like it a lot. So far, so good.
And we pointed out with Holly's data on Sunday night that if they would not have allowed non-eligible athletes to compete that for the CrossFit Games, they allowed like Guy and Sasha to compete. Emily would have won Mayhem last year instead of Fee. I think it's top 3. People are asking how many people go. I believe it is top 3 for Mayhem.
I want to say that's correct. Yeah.
It was top 2 last year, but I think they got one more spot. And with this lineup, they deserve one more spot. Let's be honest. So, and this is just the first couple that have trickled in. I
think
think
good to watch, dude.
The Gabby thing is going to be fun to watch. There's a lot of people that are saying she's going to like blow it out of the water. I am not one of those people. I know that everybody hates me for that. But Achilles tears take a long time to recover from.
And she did it twice.
Yeah.
She did it twice. Ask Bill Leahy.
Right. I like Gabby. I think she's going to be great again. It just takes some time, and to have high expectations for this season.
I think she's going to be great again. And I want to see her be great again. Like truly, truly, truly. But she tore the same Achilles twice within months, right? When she was rehabbing, it tore again. That is going to be insanely difficult. Not to just come back to, but come back as and be competitive all at the same time. So good on her. I can't wait. I am curious to see how she's going to look at Mayhem. That's going to be fun.
Ortega is on month 10 post-op, just started running 1 mile twice a week. Well, I will say that she probably has better genes and is younger than you, Ortega. But it's a good timestamp for us to know that like it is not an easy recovery.
Yeah.
Shay says, regardless of her fitness, excited just to see her get back on the comp floor. I'm excited to see where she's at.
Yeah, same.
I am not putting high expectations on her season, but I do want to see like where she is in the process. Larry Young, 25 years later, I'm still waiting on my torn ACL to get back to normal. Mark Phillips, I couldn't trust my Achilles after that. It would be so mental for me. I think that's the biggest part of it, right? Is one, she already retore it. Imagine that in the back of your head.
Not I did it once. I've done it twice. Holy smokes, dude. I know people that had their shoulder repair, and have not been the same since. And it's not because it's not fixed. It's because they're still waiting on that other shoe to drop, like waiting for it to happen again. Wait and just, I could probably push a little bit further, but what happens if I tear it again? Well, if you tear it again, you have to get it fixed again. I mean,
yeah, but
I don't know what I use.
It hurts so bad.
Oh, I'm aware. When my wife had hers, dude, like when she got it fixed, I mean, I did very little besides take care of her while she was rehabbing until she could get out of the sling and start actually using it. And it was not fun whatsoever, but.
Ortega tried dubs this week, got 3 and got scared and stopped.
Yeah.
It is totally understandable.
Understandable, dude. I would be too.
Isn't Mayhem Classic the first semifinal too? Interesting that she chose that event. I think she has that champion's mindset where she thinks she can do everything. And you need to have that. Like that is not a dog on her at all. She is a dog because of it. Right. And I think she just wants to get back out there and show that she's healed. That's what a champion's mindset is. It's just, I hope Adam Rogers and the TTT team are being realistic with her though, about not like the worst thing that could happen is re-injuring it again.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
There's a couple reasons. Tristan says she wants multiple shots. Shannon says, I'm suspicious the first surgical repair was bad. And I've heard speculation on that front as well. Not from a doctor, but from the space, that the first surgery was not a good one. Tristan said, if she doesn't qualify at Mayhem, she will know exactly where she is compared to a very good field.
So that is I wouldn't go call that a hot take. I would call that a very, very educated take. Good job, Tristan. You get to put yourself up against a ridiculous field, right? Just the invitees alone. The rest of the people that are invited, if they show up, you're going to have some of the best in the world, and you get to go and see. And if you don't make it, okay, this was the first one of the season. Let's see if I can go here. These people already qualified. This is probably who I'm going to go up against. Yeah, dude, that's a very, very good take on it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one to watch. And they'll probably stream it, and they'll do a good job of streaming it, and because it's Mayhem and it'll be a first class.
If it's 70% of what it was last year, it's going to be fantastic to watch, because their stream last year was outstanding.
Shay asked, do we know why Alexis left Adam Rogers and that's Gabby's new coach? It is Gabby's new coach. They announced that in a TTT podcast. Nobody knows why why Alexis left Adam Rogers. And she was with Kyle last year. Kyle Ruth. I wanted to just do a quick rating of the CrossFit HQ this week, because we dog them a lot, and I wanted to just put it out as they've had a really good week. And the way that they did those collabs with the athletes was an A+ marketing thing. The fact that they added a Castro version of it was awesome with all of his announcements. The fact that they are letting affiliates apply for their own version of that is awesome. And then they announced that at the West Coast affiliate gathering, they are going to do a throwdown with the Boys Interrupted at the location of the 2026 CrossFit Games, the SAP Center. And it will also be with the National Guard and the seminar staff, all at the SAP Center, which is, I think, a big coup for HQ as an advertisement and a pump up to get people excited for the games.
If they're smart, they'll broadcast it live.
Or a documentary of it of some sort that comes out fairly quickly after. I think the biggest point to this is going to be, do they sell tickets to the games immediately after?
That would be, again,
because my own
smart move.
What I would grade them an A+, other than that the Air National Guard, Kenneth, I'm sorry. I would give them an A+, other than the fact that they should have done registration for the Open closer to the first of the year. They should have done more marketing going into that. And then, so people were ready for this, still be surprised with the collabs, but like just little taste leading up to the registration. And then my other thing is, this is a really cool thing with the Throwdown, but it better be covered well. It better be put out, and the ticket sales better start immediately after. It's all about
right when it starts. Whatever the 3, 2, 1, go, and then they take off, and Justin Medeiros is in the lead on the first round of whatever it is they're doing. And oh, by the way, tickets are now on sale. Go get your tickets for the CrossFit Games. While you have their attention. Hey, as soon as this event goes live, tickets are now on sale for the CrossFit Games. Go get your tickets for the 20-year anniversary. Done. Moving right along.
It better not be another golden barbell.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I try to eliminate that. Yeah. I try to eliminate the golden barbell from my memory, Lito.
That was such a disaster.
Good God.
I'm trying to pull up the details. I'm typing one-handed. I'm sorry.
That's a talent few possess, Scott. One-handed typing. I'm more of a two-finger typer. The golden barbell.
Okay.
It was so dumb that I have no idea who won it or what it was even for. I know it was something to do with the Open. That's about as far as I remember.
I think it was for the winner of the Open announcement. So here we go.
There it is.
There's the announcement. It is the Air National Guard. Get a sneak peek of the 2026 CrossFit Games venue and Throwdown with CrossFit seminar staff, the Boys Interrupted, and the Air National Guard. The event registration is free, and all attendees get a swag bag with a co-branded Yeti shaker, a limited edition patch, and more. Following the event, an affiliate summit will take place in a private lounge with the SAP Center and Dave Castro, Katie Hogan, and other CrossFit team members. Click the link in the bio or in the stories to register. So it sounds like you get to throw down with them. It's not just the four of them, but you can register and come in and do that.
Can I just say that if I was Jason Hopper, every time they would want to take one of these promotional pictures of me, I would have my medal on. I'd be like, hey, by the way, I'm the fittest guy on earth.
Breaking news. Jeff Adler confirmed to compete at Mayhem. So that didn't hurt the field.
That did not hurt the field. No. Definitely not. That field just got a little bit stronger.
Tickets go on sale, but only for affiliates and their members. Would that be a good idea? Sure. I think the affiliate members should get first dibs on the tickets.
You absolutely should.
You pay $4,500 a year, you should get something. So
a discount code, early access to tickets, more than whatever it is they're getting now, which is not a whole lot.
Yeah, Jody. Oh wow, another Yeti. As if these athletes need one more. It's the swag bag for those that come and participate, not for the athletes. I have lots of Yetis. I love Yetis.
I got insulated cups you can shake a stick at.
So back to CJ DePalma from the WOD Prep podcast this morning, him and Claire. He said that he liked this idea of the Boys Interrupted, but he thinks it needs expanded beyond the Boys Interrupted. Like start bringing in some other athletes.
Okay.
And I don't disagree with that take. I do think that I do think that the Boys Interrupted are the ones initiating the, hey, let's work with CrossFit.
From what I forget if it was Dallin or Jason was saying, like they've been trying to get together with Dave and do something at the ranch for a couple of years now. Like, hey, we want to do something. And I don't think they really care if other people come in. They just want to do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not bring some other people in?
My fear about this though is you remember the Brooke Wells days where Brooke got picked to do everything, and then the stories were circling that Dave loved Brooke, and hey, maybe there was something extra going on there, and Brooke gets extra treatment because of her relationship with Dave, and like I don't want
show capacity.
I don't want this to become that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they do reach out to some other athletes and mix this up a little bit more, but it has to be a two-way street. The athletes have to want to work with HQ.
Yeah. Yeah. Shay is correct. Dave absolutely still loves Brooke. That's it.
Yeah. Only now he loves Sydney too. And if you watch behind the scenes, that was very evident as well.
Oh, she showed capacity, Scott. She showed capacity. I'll never let that, like, that'll never be out of my brain. I still to this day I don't get that.
Ortega makes a good point. Who doesn't love Brooke or Sydney?
I'm kind of indifferent, if I'm being completely honest with you, as far as they're concerned. I felt really bad when she broke her, the whole elbow thing.
Her elbow went 90 degrees in the other direction.
In the wrong direction. Yeah. And I think it's cool that like her sister was like, I can be a games athlete too. And it was. So kudos to her for that. But besides that, I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing. Aside from the whole, I don't want to say favoritism, but like some of the stuff that the capacity thing, the Brooke Wells burpee thing, like her chest was clearly not touching the ground. And like it took.
She got dinged.
Yeah. After a lot of uproar.
Well, we never gave, because the uproar came so fast, HQ never had the opportunity to do the right thing first. And so they were in a lose-lose situation, because by the time they got the video to even review, there were already the court of a public opinion had already made their decision. If the boys are doing this event, does that mean they're not doing an open announcement though? That is not what I don't know. They said on Boys Interrupted that they all most likely were going to be doing an open announcement. And I think James is already confirmed for the one at the airbase, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's not that's not going to be true, Lido. They're probably going to do something.
It's just James, though.
Well, he's the only one that's confirmed. They have to have a second person. I just don't know who that is. Nepotism. And again, like I have nothing against the Boys Interrupted. And what they're doing for the space right now is invaluable and we need those types of athletes doing this.
Yeah.
But I do think CJ made a great point that I think he's reaching out to some other athletes. So
having said that, who would you like to see besides Lucy Campbell?
Well, and she's going to get the European one somehow.
If she doesn't, they're missing a huge opportunity.
Yeah, I think Harry Lightfoot needs to get one over there too. Hopefully they do like a set of women and a set of men.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this too. I do think that even though she's not participating in the season because she's pregnant, if they don't utilize Tia in some sort of way, even to be there like announcing, hey, 26.2 is, or 26.3 is, or whatever the case may be, they're missing an opportunity because she would. And I mean, she got up at 3:00 in the morning to go and chase the show. Use her. She is the GOAT. She's not participating in the season, but she's got a good reason to not be speaker. I understand that, but people respond to her.
Yeah.
Right? She's going to bring eyes. Oh, shit. Tia's going to be there doing something or another. Absolutely, she will. However many months pregnant she's going to be at the time. I just think that's an easy win that they could just kind of let slip away. I'm a huge fan of Harry Lightfoot. Oh, Harry Lightfoot. They definitely need to get him just for his personality alone, dude. Like that dude is a trip.
Well, when he at Rogue was going around the crowd doing the pump up thing, like that's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
I love it.
Yeah. Lucy was involved with the teaser for Europe. I'm sure she's going to do Europe. Yeah. I think that's going to be it for sure. And if you didn't watch the Sport of Fitness podcast, Chase and Hobart are going to compete against each other with teams.
I saw that.
Trying to bring back the Roe versus Boz.
I mean, Chase versus Hobart could be a very, very interesting competition.
It would be like the Chicago Bears versus St. Agnes of the Epistle junior high football team. James Hobart, super high level athlete. Chase still can't deadlift.
Chase and Dave Castro, possibly the two worst public deadlifters on the face of the planet.
Guys, I would not be pushing Gabby to do this.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I like the Kringle Lucy angle much, much better. We've got a Harry Lightfoot versus an Olakai. I'd take that. Callum Clements. Yeah, but it has to be Harry.
I think it has to be Harry.
Harry is the star in Europe right now on the men's side.
Again, on personality alone. Not to say he's not fit. He is extraordinarily fit. But on personality alone, let's get Harry Lightfoot in front of the camera.
Kenneth is saying my Chase versus Hobart, like the guards versus the inmates was supposed to be during the longest yard. Yeah, the inmates, like Chase, may come back, beat the shit out of James. There we go.
It would be interesting either way. Entertaining, I should say, either way, for sure.
USA versus Europe, Mertens versus Lightfoot. I'd watch.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway, but I would enjoy that.
Did you say Chase can't lift? Let's go Hobart.
He can't deadlift.
He can't deadlift. I didn't say he couldn't lift.
No, and he knows he can't deadlift. That's the thing. Like, he is well aware as a glaring weakness that he refuses to work on. He said it many times.
Maybe Gabby in a year. I agree, Shanna. Give her a year.
Yeah. I hope to God that her coach is like not, and I'm sure he's probably not, but like, or kind of pulling the reins back to not do too much too soon. Because everybody in this space wants to see her succeed and knows what kind of potential she has, right? Like, she is ridiculous whenever she's fit. And that.
What if they brought back all the champions for the first one? One, I don't think it's possible.
It's not that many people.
I know, but there's some that are not going to do the season even. So to get those champions back is going to be difficult. And then I don't think we need to go back to 2007. You know,
Get oh man, hold up.
James Fitzgerald, we don't need to see out there.
OPT, yeah. OPT, who else?
But it'd be cool to see like Khalipa and
Jason Khalipa. I mean, Rich would be in. That ain't a big deal.
Graham did Masters last year.
Graham, I'm about to say, Graham would be out there with a shirt on.
Nico goes rogue every year.
I would love to see.
I can't see Frazier coming and doing it.
You know what? I bet you if you asked him, if they asked him and he was like, and gave him enough time to actually be in some kind of open shape, because I'm sure he's in shape now, but what's that look like? Because he does not look the same as he did when he was competing.
Just have him in the crowd and pan to him at one point. That I could see. Like, invite them all back, maybe give them like something to say, congratulations, you get this jacket for being a games champion. I don't know, something like that. Like all I'm thinking is, like, the Bears brought back Brian Urlacher and Devin Hester. They wore their Hall of Fame jackets out on the field before the last game. Something like that.
I'm trying to think about the women's side, because we got like Katie.
Laura ain't coming.
No, I'm aware of that. But I'm going like 07, 08, right?
Give them all a golden barbell.
and play the theme song from the Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. What was it? Gentry that won this 07.
Jolie Gentry.
And then Katie Henniger won.
Katie won. Oh, God. So who was after?
And then you have Kristen Clever was 10. Tanya Wagner was 9.
Tanya Wagner was 9.
And then you start the Annie, Sam, Camille, Katrin.
Annie, Sam, Camille, Katrin.
Tia, Laura, Tia.
It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, but that's where it is.
Yeah. You have Gentry, Henniger, Wagner, Clever, Thorstadter, Briggs, LeBlanc, Bazinet, David Sutter, Tia, Laura, Tia.
When you say it out loud like that, you realize how ridiculous it is and how many times she's won.
Yeah, all I can think of is that stupid, like, whoop, Johnny. Laura's just so, the like, whoop in the middle of the Johnnies.
So like, even Matt winning 5 times in a row and Rich winning the 4 times in before then, with Ben smack. So it's like Rich, Ben, Matt. But then after that, it's been somebody else.
Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Jeff, James.
Jason. Yeah, Jeff, James, Jason. Right. So like it's not Tia.
That name better start with a J.
Yeah. It's not Tia. Laura. Tia.
Jonathan says, sounds like a Mexican wedding. Tia.
Oh, my Tia. That is.
Tia gets golden plates to go with her golden barbell for repeats.
Bro. Yeah.
Been a while since I've picked up a comic, but I thought Captain America was pretty strong. The real Captain America was strong. He had super serum. Chase was out the day they gave the super serum.
Chase is strong.
He just can't deadlift.
He just can't deadlift. It's not that he's not. And again, he will be the first person to tell you that. That he can squat. Not a big deal. He had a decent clean. He had a decent snatch. But, like, just don't ask him to pick anything up off the floor. It's just not his deal.
All right. Well, we've gone really long today.
Not as long as Tia.
That is true.
Or Tia.
Nobody goes as long as Tia. And with that, you know what else helps you sleep long is Thirdsy. Go to thirdsy.com/jazzy. Get 15% off your order. Gosh, I can't wait to like slurp down my Thirdsy tonight and sleep in tomorrow. And then I don't have to get out from underneath my covers in these cold days. I can just hang out there as long as I want.
Beautiful thing.
With that, go to thirdsy.com/jazzy. And we'll see everybody. Hey, like and subscribe. With that, now we're done with all the formal stuff. With that, see you guys later. Bye.